Huge shout out to the sponsors that keep this podcast rolling. First up, we have CTS Media. If your business needs better content, a fresh website, or full service digital marketing, CTS Media has you covered. Photography, videography, social media management, social media creation, Google Ads, Meta Ads, everything your business needs to look legit online, because let's face it, if you're not doing these things, you're falling behind to your competitors in today's world. Check it out at ctsmedia.org, link in description below. Next up, we have Shred It, You're On. They solve the classic problem every rider has. Your action cam blocks your jersey. Their jerseys keep your kit visible on camera and look sick doing it. Grab one at shredityourOn.com. Finally, we have Gutter Getters, your go-to for home maintenance. Whether it's gutter cleaning, roof care, pressure washing, small repairs, deck repairs, they handle it all. Hit the link or give them a call below. All right, what is going on, everybody? Ridin the Line is back after a massive hiatus, 1 week, and Ross and I are back. But yeah, man, stoked to be back. Like I said on Instagram earlier, we're busy people, man. It's hard to get two host schedules to line up, and not making excuses, but I'm giving you guys excuses. So yeah, we're gonna stop the excuses and do this once a week, like we were doing for quite some time, and get back at it. But yeah, man, thanks for everybody for listening. Everybody's still so stoked on what we're doing here, and we love to see it. But yeah, myself, Cason Smith, joined by my co-host Ross Monckton, and we're bringing a sweet episode to you guys today. Hope everybody's been doing well, man. The weather's iffy. It's definitely looking a little iffy this weekend in Georgia. So, hopefully everybody's staying safe and whatnot. And hopefully everybody's still riding, because it's been about cold as hell, and doing what they love to do. But, without further ado, man, Ross is going to bring, an amazing guest in on today's podcast. We have a lot to talk about, and I think a lot of folks are going to learn a lot as well. So yeah, Ross, who do we have coming on today?
Well, I'm just going to preface by saying, if you guys are ready to talk about mountain bikes and motocross, you may as well just hang it up, because we ain't doing either one of those on this podcast. We may talk about a little motocross. Actually, I am gonna BS about a little bit of bicycles too. But we've got one of my best friends, Justin Edmonson. Justin and I met. We were both coaches at the Porsche Experience Center, down at Hartsfield Jackson Airport in Atlanta. He came in as a young buck, ready to roll, ready to show some people how to drive some cars and slide them sideways. And over the next few years, I got to really get to know Mr. Shredmanson over here. We do a lot of car stuff together. Justin has his own race team, Edmonson Motorsports, and he's also absolutely my best kayak wingman. We have done a whole lot of kayaking together, from learning how to roll, learning actually how to like straight up get out of the boat, up to doing some class 5 whitewater together. And he's been there every step of the way. So what's going on, Justin? What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm looking forward to it. Doing good, trying to stay warm. As you guys know, here in Georgia, the weather's been back and forth, hot and cold. Nothing new for us, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to do this.
You got heat in that garage?
No. I do. I have a big bullet heater, but it is way too noisy. So,
Yeah, I switched the garage for a nice warm basement for this one, so you get to feel the pain in there.
there you go. So I'm relying on some team merch to keep me warm.
There you go, right on.
Are you guys doing any preparation this weekend? How serious are you guys taking this ice storm that's supposed to have? I just ordered a heater. That's all I did.
I know. I mean, I got my heaters. Like I'm just a big heater dude. I like them. But as far as like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's going to be as bad as they make it out to be. But if it is, then I got some rice. I got some stuff. I got like the essentials.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I literally thought you were talking about, like, do you have the kayaks ready? Um,
It's
because
actually
of, like,
on.
all the snow melt and everything and water we
It's
might
like
get.
I'm looking
Like,
at dude. It's
that's
strapped.
where my
It's strapped
brain
on the
went,
Jeep right
like,
now.
"Let's go kayak."
I got paddles and my kayak on the roof, so
So Justin's ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah, he's ready to go. No, I'm more talking about the power going out for like 3 or 4 days possibly. That's about it.
Let's do it. I'm in.
It may happen. Yeah.
Well, I
So
know Justin, you got snow down in Justin hails from Macon originally, so I know you got some snow down there. What last weekend?
it was Saturday night. So yeah, I woke up Sunday morning and we had like an inch and a half on the floor. Like it was weird.
Snowed in the house.
Or no, on the ground. No, no snow in the house. That'd be
You gotta
bad.
patch your roof, man. You got
I
a hole in
know.
your roof.
I got a roof company, bro.
Maybe
Um,
I need to call you down.
I know, right? Well, cool, man. Well, stoked to have you. Let's kind of kick this off with talking about a little bit of motorsports, man. So last year Justin really got Edmonson Motorsports, kind of a grassroots, small kind of homegrown team. He runs a couple spec Miatas. He's up to three, I think, spec Miatas now. Essentially, he runs them in a couple different series, where it's kind of amateur drivers, amateur racers, not like your pro IMSA classes where it takes a whole lot of money. It's more of a budget racing series, if you can consider anything in motorsports budget racing. And we'll let Justin kind of talk about a little bit of that. But tell us, just give us a very brief rundown on kind of what made you start the team, how you got into starting the team, and where you guys are kind of headed for 2026.
Yeah. So honestly, like where it started, dude, I don't know. It was like such like a spur of the moment. Like Edmonson Motorsports has been around for a few years. That's how I do all my taxes and stuff through coaching and all the motorsports jobs. But that was one day I came across these cars and I texted my brother. I was like, hey, this could be fun. And I think within 24 hours we had money down and me and him went and got the cars like a couple weeks later and now we're here. We've 4 different podiums, since we started, 3 months ago. So 4 different podiums, 2 first place finishes. So it's been freaking good, dude. It's been fun. It's definitely taken off a little bit quicker than expected, but, growth is growth. We're happy. We're very blessed and thankful. And we have our eyes, dead straight on the road for 2026. It's gonna be a big year. So I'm excited.
So to kind of set the base for everybody, what
Okay.
kind of can you give a little breakdown of what kind of racing that you're doing?
Yeah.
Because there's lots of different styles of racing there. Here we're doing road racing. We're obviously going left and right. It's not just turn left.
Right.
Um, and so yeah, just give them kind of like an overall breakdown of like kind of how the series run,
Okay.
lengths of the races, and maybe like size of the field, stuff like that.
Yeah. So we do endurance racing, right? So races are anywhere from 8 hours and they can be all the way up to 24 hours. Our last race and then our next race we're doing are both 14 hours long. And it's on a road course. So for those who don't know, like a road course, think of like the Ford versus Ferrari movie, how they're racing on a circuit like Le Mans. It's essentially what we're doing, but obviously not on the on the Le Mans circuit. We're doing circuits here in the US. So yeah, tons of elevation, left and right hand corners, technical tracks, fast sweeping tracks, just a little bit of everything. It's a whole lot of fun. But we run our Miatas. We have 3 of them. We run them in the ChampCar Series, which is an entry level racing series for those who are, seasoned professionals or those who are just getting into the wheel to wheel racing sport. And kind of what we do is we take a lot of these people coming out of go karts. That's kind of been our thing that we accidentally fell into, but it's been a lot of fun because we work with these kids coming out of go-karts into cars. And we do a lot of coaching with them, getting them basically caught up on on vehicles, man. Getting them used to three pedals in a vehicle, right? Your clutch, brake, and gas. Teaching them about the weight of the car, the dynamics of it. So it's been a lot of fun, and it's real rewarding to watch those kids grow each and every single session on track and watch how they get better. Um, but yeah, man, it's just super great. We're racing with it can be anywhere depending on that track and, their entry fees. It can be, 60 cars, or you'll even have 100 cars on some track. But it's pretty fun, and you're not I guess you are technically racing against all, let's say, 60 vehicles, but it's split up into different classes, right? So the classes, um, are determined based off of motor size, right? So Miatas being 1.8 liters, they're in the A class. So it's like 0 liters to like 1.9 is A, and then 2 liters to I think 3.4 is B class, and then C
And then
class is
that's typically gonna be like your V6s, and then your C's, D's, kind of like V6, V8 almost
almost, yeah.
is a easy way to think about it.
Exactly, yeah. So 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder. You could think of it that way because it does kind of work out that way. But you're racing against everyone in class. So we've had races where we've had 20 people in class. So we're racing against, the whole field, but we're really trying to compete with those 20 cars in class. And then we've had it to where it's, I don't know, 3 cars in class, which again doesn't sound like a whole lot, but 3 cars kind of all on the same pace. It's good racing. It comes down to strategy. So it makes it fun, regardless of if you're 2, 3 cars in a class or 20 cars. At the end of the day, all 60 people are kind of racing for the same thing, just in their own respective classes. So
Yeah. Um, Cason, question for you randomly. Have you ever been in like a 4 or 5 point harness like situation in a car where you've gotten to like drive a car in anger?
I've definitely been in harnesses before. I've never been on track though. I've
Okay.
been actually Josh Cohan had like a 750 wheel STI that he had for quite some time that I got to ride around in. So I don't think other than a few Subarus, um, I really, yeah, I've never really been on a track before. I'm trying to think. I don't think so. Done a whole lot of
Cool.
go-kart. Been up to AMP quite a bit. And I've been around tracks, of course, with motorcycles and street bikes and whatnot. But no, I need to. I would love to.
Cool.
yeah, set you up.
Yeah, man, we'll have to get you hooked up because the feeling is absolutely incredible when you compare it to like a mountain bike or a motocross bike or something like that. When you get to go the G-force in the corners and on the brakes, I think is the thing that really hits me and gets me excited when I'm in the car. What about you, Justin? Because you've done a few different things.
Yeah, well, I've I've never tracked a motorcycle, um, but no, yeah, the car. I don't know. The braking G force is different. Leaning forward and having the harness kind of hold you in, but also just like getting the car planted in a good corner where you can just feel yourself sit down in that seat and you feel the weight just kind of load up to one side of the vehicle.
Hmm.
It's different. It's cool for me because like we drive cars every day, and we don't really think about how technical it can be and all the dynamics of a vehicle, but getting to experience it on track, it's just a whole new world.
I'll put it I'll put it this way for everyone. When I was doing a little endurance racing before I met Justin, but we were in a spec Miata. We were at Road Atlanta. So I decide I'm coming down the back straight at Road Atlanta. Miata's hit what, like 120, 130 maybe
Not
on the
even
back straight at Road Atlanta.
like the
But
103.
so yeah, 103 maybe. Like we're not going that quick. Like on my R6, I'm doing like a buck 60 coming down there, no problem. And it's it's a downhill braking zone. So you're slowing down from whatever your top speed is down to what, maybe 40, 45 mile an hour to make it through the corners at the end of the straight. And so for me, I was coming into a pit stop. We were going to do a driver change. This is the first driver change I had done endurance racing. So I was like coming down the back straight. I was just sitting there. I was like, all right, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and pop the belts. So I'm coming down the back straight. I pop the shoulder belts, and I kind of reached down and I got my hip belts, and I was like, all right, when I come in the brake zone, I'm just gonna straight arm it and hold the wheel in front of me, and I'm good. I'll hold myself up. I went to the brake coming into 10A and went wham into the wheel, dude. Like, it slammed me into the steering wheel so hard, about knocked me out of breath. So to give people an idea, that's the kind of braking force that even a little Spec Miata will put out. You don't need to be in an F1 car or an open wheel car to really get a whole ton of G and to have a whole lot of fun in a race car.
Now that I think about it, Ross,
Yeah.
I did a NASCAR experience. So I did like the whole like ride in a NASCAR
Yeah.
over at what's it called? Atlanta Motor Speedway. And so I did feel the G forces around like NASCAR.
Yeah. Very
Those are,
similar, and like you're gonna have a lot of G with that bank turn.
yeah, for sure.
You Cason, you got any questions for Justin off the
Yeah,
top of your head?
yeah, I do. So I mean, the biggest question I have, right? Because I tell people all the time is Ross and I are both business owners, right? And we went on this journey of starting our own business, which is a hell of a one. And it's had its ups and downs, right? And like we've all talked about before, like it's great when it's great, but it also has negatives as well. Just with having, you have the responsibility on your own. It's pretty obvious, but it seriously is that way, where when everything goes great, it's all on you, but at the same time, if you're not making money, it's all on you too. You got bills to pay. You are in charge of the marketing, you're in charge of your accounting, you're in charge of your taxes, you're in charge of your management. Especially when you're self-employed, you don't have like a big agency or something. So you're just this one person that also is doing the business, but also, doing the back end of it as well. So my question is, like, from transitioning into which I know you do coaching as well on this, on top of this, but just like transitioning into like a role like what you were doing at Porsche, or I'm sure you've had previous jobs where you're working under a W-2. Like, what have you seen transitioning into a owner role, or a co-owner role of a company, and like what goes into it? What do you like about it? What have you seen that is just like brutal? Because um, I mean, like, man, I've been working for myself for going on 2 years now, and trust me, I love it. Like, there is situations like today, I got to pick what I was doing. I did some work in the morning. I went for a run on my lunch and grabbed some food, and kind of just like you're on your own schedule, which is awesome. But you're also in charge of getting the work done. So, yeah, what is your thoughts on that, and how has that transition been?
Yeah, well, I think the toughest part of transition was not getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. Right? Like you said, it's
Bird.
yeah, it's all on you. You got to go out. You got to work for it. It's a big thing because everyone wants to run a business or sorry, I'm getting a package delivered. That's good, man. Yeah, that's a burn credits. Oh, yeah, we need those parts. Thank you very much. Package. So, that's also the fun part is,
Dude,
every day
what
it's like,
perfect timing. Oh,
yeah,
that was
every
great,
day
man.
is like Christmas here. So it's just like packages every single day, right? So that's one of the cool things is how I get to buy car parts. Like I have to, right? But no, it's tough because, and you guys know, like you have to, stick to a schedule, right? You have to make yourself go out and get that money. You have to go out and work. You have to do it. You can't be lazy. And you just got to stay focused. And it's very easy for like to get sidetracked. Like, I'll get sidetracked super easily. I'll start something, I'll put it down, take a 5 minute break, and it turns into like a 3 hour break or something. So it's all about discipline. Um, but it's like my brother, he handles the business and the back end of the business or the business side and like all the back end, all the accounting and everything. So not having to worry about number crunching and spreadsheets on a day-to-day basis does take a huge load off of me and off of him as well because he's not worrying about the cars, right? So that's really nice. You know, it's great that we work well together. We make a good team. Um, but I mean, business is fun, but startup's tough, man. Startup is tough. You know, everyone says that if you listen to all these successful people, they've been through 3 or 4 businesses because the first couple ones they fail so easily. And it's being in business, it's very easy to see how that can happen, right? Because we're
Mhm.
technically going on our 4th month. And granted, we've been very thankful, like, we're doing well, we have repeat clients, we have drivers and everything, so we're very blessed in that part, but, starting a business is the hardest, it takes a lot of capital to do so, a lot of investment, but if done properly, there's a lot of return, and I think that's what makes it worth it.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
for sure. I mean, yeah, it's like I said, it has its ups and downs, and there's so many intricate details that we could talk about owning a business. And I mean, dude, you go through weight, right? There's reason. I mean, I work a few days at the bike park now because like working on a computer 5 days a week for the past 2 years has got the best of me, right? So like those couple days that I get to go do hard physical labor up on a mountain in North Georgia is, that's actually a blessing to me. I love it because it's days that I'm out of the office. That's like my social. That's like keeping me sane. So like everybody's like, man, I would love to have my own schedule, love to work from home. Like, well, you try it for a little while. You really got to be disciplined, like you said, because I'm right there with you, man. Like I'll start a project, especially when I'm working on my computer, and then you get an Instagram notification or you get a Facebook notification. You're like, then you pick up your phone, then you're on your phone for 15 minutes. It's like
Yeah.
you really have to be disciplined to get some shit done. So yeah, there's some tough times about that for sure. But yeah, it's good to hear. I mean, I, you're staying on top of it, and things are going well for you for sure, man.
Yeah, we're loving it. We just brought on a full-time, I guess, marketer. She's been really, really killing it with, our marketing, Instagram posts, our website. She's been helping us design some new merch, and like, I'm getting a racing suit done, and she's on top of that, and she's just really good. So it's as we're growing, we're expanding, we're welcoming new members of the team, and it's rocking, dude. We're loving it.
So that's killer. And I think on that note, staying kind of with the theme that Cason kind of initiated for us, um, when you start your business, especially when you're starting a race team, you always have like in your mind, you have these unknown costs that may or may not happen, right? And I know like as a little background, I was lucky enough to both do photography for Justin for basically the first weekend that Edmonson Motorsports ran at AMP, and then I also we did a little trade, and he also put me in the car as well to do some driving, so I got to run a few stints in the vehicles as well. But like even that first weekend, things happen that are outside of our control. Things happen that are in our control. But I know like first weekend we had a rim to replace. All right. And then I know probably I think at Barber there were some issues. So talk about some of those, like as far as starting your particular business, some of those unknown costs that like kind of snuck or piled up on you, or things that could be a cost, or also like I know you got a lot more business really like a lot quicker than you expected. So talk about just the wave of that up and down and how you kind of manage that.
Yeah. So as far as like what happens on track, I wouldn't really say it's unexpected cost for us. I guess on the upfront it is, but all drivers and stuff are under contract. So after like reviewing footage, depending on, what's happened and how things have played out, driver or us are held responsible for covering, said damage or whatever. Like little things, especially if they're like repeat drivers, like it's not a big deal, right? Because at the end of the day, we'd rather keep people happy than be chasing them, asking for
Mhm.
money all the time, you know? That more so unexpected cost was like, you know, we need a new truck, right? Because we're growing bigger than kind of what we expected. So now we have to go out and make that kind of purchase, right? So I classify that more as like an unexpected expense, you know, at least for us, right? All the stuff that happens on race weekend, we're all under contract and everything, so it's pretty much straightforward. But what was your other question, Ross?
Well, one of the things I was also thinking about was the grass at Barber.
Yeah, so we we had we have not paid for grass yet, um, but we did pay for guardrail. We did
Guardrail,
have a
okay.
Yeah, we had a little oopsie daisy that resulted in some guardrail damage at Barber. And if you guys have not been to Barber, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. They do a lot of road course racing and motorcycle racing out there, so go check it out. But they're very proud of their, I guess you could say, their landscaping and like their whole aesthetic. So what gets ruined gets fixed very quickly. And it's not cheap. So yeah, that one was an unexpected expense. I will say that. That was a wonderful email to get at 9 o'clock at night for some reason. So
I
Is
was
it
lucky.
is it usual to have to pay, or is that a barber thing?
It's a
it's
Barber thing.
it's usual. So like at Road Atlanta, let's say my car hits the wall and cracks the concrete. Like, yes, we have to pay to have that replaced at some point in time in the future. We will get a bill for that. Barber we did not hit the rail, another car did, but they hit it because of us, one of our drivers. Um, and the series we were running with, sent us the bill, which is fine. We caused the incident, so you just do what's right. You own up to it and you pay your dues. But yeah, it's very, very regular or very normal, I should say, to pay for track damages.
It's pretty weird. I honestly like it. I guess it makes sense, but at the same time, like from me on the outside looking in, like it's pretty wild that that's not an expense that the tracks like take ahead of time. That like I don't know, it would make sense to me that Barber's like, yeah, we're a racetrack, our shit's gonna get a little damaged because cars don't always stay on the track. Like that's an expense we need to take into account ahead of time and budget for.
Well,
But
and there are tracks like that.
mhm.
Um, there's tracks like that, and I'm not gonna. All the tracks that we run are amazing tracks, but
Yeah.
as like coming from like a driver, like a racer standpoint, like, and Ross can attest to this, like it's like more so. I feel more honored to be racing at a clean, fresh circuit,
Oh.
someplace like Barber than I would at, I don't know, what's like Roebling Road. I love that track, right? But it's, it's like one of those things, like if you do hit the wall, like they'll look over it, which is completely fine and great for the driver and all that. But I think do have tracks holding themselves to a higher standard and stuff. I think it adds to the racing. I think it adds
Yeah.
to the experience.
Yeah, that's a good point, and, like, you're totally right, Barber literally looks like, Masters in Augusta, like, it's a very beautiful place,
Yeah.
um, so,
The
yeah, I get that point,
sculpture.
I didn't
Go
know
ahead.
the back end of it.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
sculpture
wasn't too
around
familiar
Barber
with it
is
until after
wild.
our Barber trip.
I didn't know, like, the financials, and I'm not bashing anybody, I'm just actually curious because 'cause I'm very, I don't know any of it, so I'm not saying Barber it's a bad idea if Barber does that, so nobody get hot-headed. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, I would think that's something that's budgeted in, to the tracks or as a, expense or just, something that get comp, but that's crazy, that actually I didn't know that. You're teaching me something.
Yeah. So hopefully you never have to replace a guardrail. It's not fun.
Yeah,
I
hopefully
got
not.
lucky. We were there for motorcycles, and I laid the bike down at like 90 in turn one. Luckily, the motorcycle and me skipped over the grass and got into the gravel. But I sent a 400-pound motorcycle into the airbag, like the air wall, the air fence at 75 mile an hour. Luckily, the air fence was there, so the bike hit the air fence, flipped over the fence, and landed on the backside of the fence. I get up out of the gravel and I was like, "Where's my bike?" Um, where to go? And then I walked around the fence. I was all good, and I was like, found it. I was lucky because the track day series that I run with, they bring their own air fence. Like they put their own air fence in certain places. Had I put a hole and punctured that air fence, then that might have been a conversation. Um, but yeah, I was lucky. I didn't mess up any grass. But yeah, Barber's wild about their sod and about their grass. But then again, they have huge bronze statues out there. They have like a spider taking like a motorcyclist and a motorcycle like into a hole, like right on track. It's incredible the amount of art that they got around there.
Yeah, that's cool. I know they had a motocross race there pretty recently, a vintage motocross race. They
Hmm.
used to have them a long, long time ago, and they brought it back pretty recently, um, which is cool. They had some races out there pretty recently. It looked fun. A few of my buddies went out there.
Right on, man. Well, what else you got going this year that you can talk about motorsports wise? Maybe outside of the Edmondson Motorsports realm, because I know uh you do, I guess outside of the team realm, because I know you do some driving, you do some coaching yourself. Um, got anything else going on that you can talk about, or maybe not? I
Yeah,
don't know.
so we just got a third car, um, which is quite the surprise. So that's we started the new year with that. So I'd say that's we're already rolling into 2026 cooking. So yeah, so we'll be running 3 cars this year instead of 2. I think that's like the biggest thing. If things allow, we're gonna look into shop space up near Road Atlanta and just expanding the business as itself. One thing I've always wanted to do was have a motorsports shop where we're not, diving in too deep into like rebuilds and stuff like off the bat, but a place for storage, maintenance, a place where we can, run trackside support and stuff. So things like that, just it's like a little side work to kind of keep it spiced up here and there, but also, bringing in money at the same time. Um, we
Mm,
did just we did just welcome on 2 sponsors, Rubicon Infrastructure and then Hydrosphere Solutions. So they'll be working with us this year. So we're really excited to have them on board. And then Tin Can Timepieces, they're a sponsor from we've been working for the past couple months, but we'll be doing a big debut with them at our Road Atlanta race February 7th on their watch company. So I'll just kind of leave it at that. But be sure
huh.
to follow Edmonson Motorsports to see more of that, come February 7th, because we got some cool stuff cooking with them. But outside of everything, we are going to be, I guess, how do I say, like, we'll still have, Edmonson Motorsports on the cars and stuff, but we'll be in different, or at least I'll be in different cars with, a good friend and client, this year running HSR and IGT, um, International GT Series. So both kind of vintage racing, but they're open to modern GT stuff. So we're running a GT4 Club Sport in their series.
Which is a Porsche.
Yeah, it's a Porsche factory race car. We'll be co-driving in that series, or both of those series, and we're thinking of some other stuff, maybe doing a couple other things, but it's nothing set in stone with that. As Ross knows, when it comes to racing, things move around so quickly and all that. So that's what we're trying to do, is get these pieces that are moving around, kind of set in stone. But no, we got a bright year ahead of us with our cars, running our races, and then obviously being involved with other cars and running different series. So it's going to be exciting.
That's killer. Yeah, dude, super stoked for you to see you in that GT4. Absolutely, that'll be killer. What is, if you get what's your schedule look like for this year? One, where, like, what places are you going to go that are kind of notable, that folks might know? And then two, like, if they want to catch some of the racing, is there a way that they can do that?
Yeah. So I've been saying it, right? Atlanta. It's in Braselton, Georgia, February 7th. But racing will take us to Daytona, Sebring down in South Florida, Virginia, VIR. Where else? Mid Ohio, up in Ohio. We'll be going to Road America up in Wisconsin, Watkins Glen in upstate New York, kind of over by Niagara Falls. We have Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. And then I'm sure I'm forgetting. Oh, no, we're not racing Barber this year, actually.
No Barber.
Yeah, no, well, no Barber. Barber's a different series. I mean, we may run it later on if scheduling allows, if it's not overlapping, but we'll see. It's not on the schedule currently. Um, Gosh, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I think I've hit it all. So, Florida, all over Florida, Austin, Texas, upstate Wisconsin, like I said, Ohio, and then upstate New York, Virginia, Georgia,
Yep.
obviously.
Yep.
We'll kind of be all over. Every time we do have a race, you can follow it on YouTube, ChampCar Live. It'll say like ChampCar Live at Road Atlanta or whatever it is. But on our Facebook page or Instagram page, I'll just say we post in-car live stream links for all of our cars. So you could tune in and watch from our 228 car. And if you get bored, you can swap over to the 226 car or the 227 car and see what's cooking. And it gives you a almost driver's eye view of driving the car around track.
That's pretty sick. So it's like in-car live stream from like the roll bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's pretty neat.
Very good.
Yeah, I saw pretty recently that you were at Sebring, right? Like 3 or 4 weeks ago, right?
Man,
Or
has time flown by that quickly? Yeah, I want to say 3 weeks ago.
yeah, it looked like 3 weeks ago, and it looked like you got the win too. So I wanted to hear about that weekend. If you like break down what went into getting the win and how the drivers do.
Yeah, so Sebring was a 14-hour race, and we got down there Friday because the race was on a Sunday for some reason, so it was a little weird. But we got down there Friday, loaded in, hung out, and the hotel we were staying at, the Sebring 7, it's basically in the track. Like the track like wraps around the hotel, so we could sit on the porch and have a drink and just watch the sunset over the track. It's quite beautiful. So that's one reason why I love Sebring. But that practice rolls around on Saturday, and it's weird the way they do it. It's just a half day of practice. So from like 1 to 1:30 was one session, 2 to 2:30, and then obviously went all the way to 4:30. So 4 30-minute sessions. Um, my car's specs, this one, specs did really well on practice, and then Bocce, my other car, which is at my mechanic's house right now. That one we did have a little bit of damage with that, but we got it fixed and got back out there, and that car ran really solid. Um, Come race day, we started fourth and fifth out of a field of I think 100 people. So it was a pretty stacked field. That's 8 a.m. Like, you're still waking up, coffee hasn't kicked in yet. So we're starting a 14-hour race, front pack, and we're going. It was really, really good. We were having a really good time. Cars were running clean, driving was clean. Couple full course yellows, from other incidents and stuff on track, which those are always, I don't want to say nice, but it gives the drivers and the car a break. But, we battled through a couple of those and all that, got through a few pit stops, some refuels, driver changes. We did lose a motor due to driver error in our 228 car. And then, it is what it is. We can't, with the time left, we couldn't really swap a motor over. So we did funnel kind of all of our drivers. We worked really hard together
I got
to,
a question on that.
yeah.
You don't have to say who it was or anything, but I want to know what the driver error was if you could tell me.
Um, 80 miles an hour, third gear, supposed to go to fourth gear, but went to second. So
Ooh, little money
Well,
shift.
bam.
money shift, yeah.
Okay.
So, which I got the motor behind me. It's not blown. After the money shift, it ran for like 6 laps, and then it locked up on a slow speed corner. So I'm like 90% sure I can salvage the motor and just kind of rebuild it, which is obviously
Have
like new
another extra.
bearings and stuff. Yeah, new bearings and everything on the inside, but I think it's solid. But no, I mean that was obviously a damper on the whole day, but everyone kept their heads up, and this car right here was we started running into a fuel pump issue in it. So we were down on power, and it was frustrating, and we're getting. I think we went through 2 fuel pumps, which I mean, it just happens sometimes. And all the drivers were working together, were strategizing, and everyone that was driving the other car, we all hopped in this car, and I think everyone ended up driving an hour, hour and a half each in this car. So everyone still got a crap ton of drive time. But due to the fuel pump issues, we were down in like third place or something, and we were down by 12 or 13 laps. And the other car started having some issues, but like our thing was like we were catching them very slowly, but we had to take care of the car because if anything happened, like we wouldn't have finished first. So it took a lot of, I'd say, willpower, just drive talent from these drivers to get the car back and pass first place and finish first. So yeah, it was probably the toughest race I've ever been a part of, just because Sebring like beats, and I was driving too. So Sebring like beats the crap out of you, beats the crap out of the cars. Obviously like the issues with both cars we're kind of running into, but nah, dude, it was most brutal race, but the most rewarding. So
That's cool, man. And to
yeah,
give you Cason, to give you a little um more detail, like Sebring beats the crap out of every car because if you think about like elevation change, you think about Jared's, what we have 1,000 foot, 900 foot, whatever of elevation. Sebring has 1 inch of elevation change, but you probably do it like 7 to 900 times per lap because it's all this broken concrete and it's just like, and it's in Florida, no elevation change. So you're just pow, 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 like an inch all the way around the track everywhere. And so like the suspension, the electronics, the fuel system, everything gets beat up at Sebring.
yeah. Like this car right behind me, when we finished the race, the whole front end was scrubbing because the suspension was just blown out all 4 corners. So this car's getting all new suspension. It's got all new hubs. Trying to think. I know it's got about new fuel pumps. Obviously, I've gotten new fuel pumps for all my cars. So, but yeah, I mean, Sebring is brutal. It's very unforgiving. It's not how fast you can go; it's how long you can last of Sebring.
That's crazy. Is Sebring, because I've definitely heard Sebring numerous times. So is it pretty like well known, you would say?
The air, in terms of racing, yeah, Sebring's a very famous racing track. I don't know many people that just vacation to Sebring.
Mm-mm.
For the times I've been down there, they got like your essentials, your fast food, and like stores and all that, but it's not like
Yeah, I'm
total.
just talking about the racetrack. I've definitely heard of the racetrack
Uh,
100. Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, racetrack's popular, it's famous, yeah. Lot
And
of lot of activity. Right.
they do the 12-hour of Sebring there every year, which is kind of like held in the same esteem as like Petit Le Mans, 24-hour Le Mans. So yeah, that's probably where you
Mhm.
heard a lot about it.
Yeah, probably so. Um, so you said you got a third car. Is it just another Miata?
It is another Miata. It is a full-blown, so Ross said earlier my cars are spec Miatas-ish. They kind of are. This one's probably the closest minus the motor, just because it's not a full spec motor. Then
I
my
got a
other
question
car.
on that before you keep going. What is the difference between a spec car and a non-spec car in your mind? Or
Technically,
So the spec cars, they all have to be within a certain specification. So they run the same sway bars, same end links, same bushing, same motor mount, same suspension, um,
tires,
tires. Like the only thing that's not spec that you can adjust is the dampening on the suspension. Um,
and by the
the
same, it's like you can run different brands. It just has to be the same. You can't.
same brand.
Oh wow.
It's
And so Champ Car says what you can run.
No, so in ChampCar, it's open. It's
Okay.
open to anyone. But like these cars come from Spec Miata, which you have to buy the Mazda Motorsports stuff. So um, that's what I mean by spec. Is like if you're running like true Spec Miata races, then it's all in a certain specification. Like even you have to be within a certain weight, certain ride height, Like the only thing you're allowed to tweak yourself is tire pressures and like the alignment of the car, you know?
Yeah.
I
You can
got you.
play with compression and rebound, I'd imagine, with
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
SCCA. You can get your suspension tuned how you want it, but you're using the same equipment. But that's going to be with SCCA, which is Sports Car Club of America, and that's going to be with NASA. I don't know the acronym for NASA. National Auto
That's not
Sports Association.
that's people. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
But yeah. So yeah, that's kind of spec. Like the one I have is a true spec Miata. It's got brand new built spec motor in it, all the suspension. Like I could go run this tomorrow at a SCCA spec Miata event and not get penalized or DQ'd because it meets all the qualifications.
mhm.
I
So
got okay. That
um,
makes sense. Yeah, we have same stuff in Supercross and everything I follow. You got to meet certain specifications to race.
mhm. And then our third car, I guess since we're going through the cars, it's a 1994 with a 2005 motor in it, which I just finished that. That was the one that blew the motor at Sebring. So I was like,
Okay.
well, let's go faster. So it's got a 1.8 VVT motor, which from the stock motor, it's got more cam control with the VVT actuator. It has higher compression. Um, it's got a different intake manifold on it. Still factory intake manifold, but it's just different, so better flow. So it's more power. We're at like 110 horsepower before the motor blew, and with the new motor, we're at the dyno yesterday, and it's reading 150 wheel horsepower. So huge power increase. That's on Spec Miata suspension as well, just because the Spec Miata stuff is so good. And then I do have a front splitter, air dam, and then a rear wing on that vehicle. So it's probably our fastest one, or probably will be our fastest one.
Dude, 150.
That's
Because like
cool.
Spec Miata is usually put out like 115, something like that, right? Like or
Yeah,
105.
that like 115, 120.
Yeah, that's what I
So
figured.
yeah, 150 in a Miata that weighs 2,000 pounds. That's
It's gonna be cooking.
yeah, it's gonna be fast.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna be
So
fun.
is that technically spec because it's running more power than
nah,
oh, okay.
that's
Because
not
it's a
spec enough.
different engine. It's an updated engine. That's gonna be out of spec.
But you can run them in Champ Car because you're running open.
Right.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it'd be in a
No,
different class, so it would bump up to like a 2.4 liter or something like that, or whatever it is.
my car?
Yeah, well, yeah. If you're gonna put that later motor, it'd bump up from an A car to like a B or C car, wouldn't it? Just because that
It's still an A car.
is it still an A car?
Yeah, because it's still the 1.8 liter.
Okay,
I think in 2006 they swapped to the 2 liter, which then would bump me up.
bump you up
Or
to
it's
the B
like
car.
2006. Yeah, it's 2006, like midway through 2005. I can't remember. But yeah, with the 1.8, I'm still A class. Now,
Okay,
all this stuff we put on the cars case and we do get taxed for. So like the Miatas, you have 500 points to work with. Like this Miata, 94 or NA Miata, that's a base of 300 points. That's just out of the box. That's what the Miata is. So I have 200 points to mess with. So with the motor swap, that's 50 points. Uh, I have 100 points in suspension, and then 20 points in all the aero stuff. And I think I'm missing something, right? But once I go over 500, I'm at like 495 points. But if I go over 500, I get penalty laps. So
hmm
as we all start the race, I could be starting on lap -6 or something, you know? So
So
it's not like
you have up to 500 points of upgrades or whatever you want to call them, right? So you
right,
okay. So nothing happens up to 500 points.
right.
That's your allowance essentially.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah.
Okay, that's
But
cool.
you can either get like 200 points to mess with is a lot because Miatas aren't a lot. But let's say you want to go run like a E46 BMW, that may come out base at like 400 points, right? So then you only have 100 points to work with. So it's all like it's give and take with the vehicles, just what you want to run and what you're willing to, sacrifice with points.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, that's fun.
Oh yeah, well you got the win.
We got the win. Yep, that's it. We
Yeah.
got the win. You know, we're hoping to hit this year running, so we're hoping for some more podiums at Road Atlanta here in a few weeks. So
Yay.
Yeah, it looked
we'll
like
see.
what, February 6th, your first race at Road Atlanta? Am I correct?
7th,
Oh,
February 7th.
well, that'll be sick.
Home
Heck
track,
yeah.
baby. A lot of knowledge there.
I know. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm not
Did they
driving though, but
Are you
does
full?
like but
you what?
Are you full? Is you got a full driver lineup?
Well, yeah, we have a full driver lineup in all 3 vehicles. So
That's
oh,
killer, man. I'm so stoked.
yeah, that's awesome. So but between just like looking at your schedule on the website right now, it looks like give or take a month between each race. Um, do you feel like a month is enough sometimes? Like, is that like that was where I was getting at. Do you get to a point where like, man, this motor's out of the car. I need like brakes over here. I need X, Y, and Z, and then I gotta load all this crap back up and then head to sometimes Florida. You got Ohio, Virginia. You talked about, so like a month seems like a tight turnaround.
it really depends. You know, it's like it goes back to just being a business owner. If you apply yourself and, you know, just stick to your tasks, it's not bad. Um, if I get distracted and sidetracked, yeah, I mean a month is not a lot. But like since Sebring to Road Atlanta, dude, it's been easy cruising. I think the next big thing I have to do is wrap a new car, which will take like 2 days. So, but the cars kind of get to themselves if we have a clean race, they're pretty low maintenance. Like it'll be brakes and fluids and just kind of giving the car a once over, making sure nothing's broken or needs replacing. Um, but like Sebring, right? That beat the crap out. It's like we're doing suspension on the cars, all that stuff. Like once you start getting into work like that, a month can be enough, but at the same time, it'll come down to crunch time. So, and then
Yeah,
the load stuff's really not that bad. I took a lot of time because I have a large storage unit just like full of spares, and I got shelves all down each wall with the big black boxes with the yellow lids.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can pull one out and it's full of hubs. I pull the other one out. It's full of knuckles. I pull the other out. It's full of brake calipers. Um, so like being organized like that has helped a lot with load up. So in fact, like right before we hopped on here, I was dropping stuff off at storage. I call them my little race bins. So I have a box full of like seals and O-rings, and box full of like spark plugs, ignition coils, a box full of spare brakes and all that stuff. So I got my little boxes and I just keep stuff in there, and I'll go over there, grab it, toss it in the trailer, load the cars up, roll the big toolbox is like the least fun part about loading and unloading. It's
Yeah.
just so big and heavy,
Yeah.
and it's a little sketchy too. But no, loading's easy. It's super simple. Making sure you have everything is the stressful part.
That's
You'll
the
go over that
hard
list,
part.
that checklist like 20 times. Yeah, it's tough.
I did have a question. You said you had to wrap that new car of yours, and I'm gonna go on a limb and say you really like green and tan. Uh, Even the hat is tan with the green matching sweatshirt with all the green and tan cars. So either you're a really big golf fan or there's a story behind this.
So, dude, honestly, I don't even know how we landed on green and tan. Big part of like starting us is like we want to stand out like you know, you see the race cars like flashy and like they got like the cool fun colors, which I'm a fan of it, but like we wanted to stand out. And you know, me and my brother, we both, I don't know, we like, you know, kind of like the classy lifestyle and the colors and whatnot. That's just, you know, country club, I guess you could say. So we're looking for like some good, like classy, kind of like neutral tone colors, um, something that just also give off a good vibe. And we were thinking about, I don't know, like dark blues and all these other things. And somehow, I think AI, I think it came down to AI, Chat GPT, made us a little livery, and it was green and not tan. It was like some other color very close, but we're like, what if we swap this out for tan and we did like green and tan? Like it's retro, but it's classy. It's, they're comfy colors, and just past the look of all that, it's like we can use it for merchandise, we can use it for this and that, plus other colors match with it. So like our marketing girl, she's working on some new merch designs, and like we'll have white shirts with different, things on it, but like green patterns and stuff. So it's like it goes with a bunch of different colors too when it comes to that stuff. So that was kind of like what we were looking for. And yeah, we just kind of stumbled into the green and tan, and we love it. We love
That
it.
looks good.
Yeah, I
BRG,
think it
baby.
looks very cool. It's very
Yep, that is the official color. Is according to the wrap, which we use a lot of, is KPMF British Racing Green.
BRG.
That's
That's
right.
cool. Did you guys come up with the logo, or did you go have somebody do it for you with Edmonson Racing?
No, I'm trying to think. Um, I
Because I
had a
like
logo
it.
that was kind of yeah, I had a logo that was similar, and I can't remember if it was me or my brother that came up with. I guess we'll call this the redesign because, like I said, I've had Edmonson Motorsports around years before. Like we actually started the racing team itself. Um, but yeah, I can't remember. One of us, me or him, came up with it. It's what it was. But
Well,
no, it's
dude,
it's nice. It's just the E and the M. It's just lines, very simple, but like you know what it is.
it's kicking, man. Well, I'm stoked for 2026 to be a part of the team with you guys. Be able to get out there and shoot, and be able to hang out with you, and sharing all the positive vibes, all the hopeful podiums that we're gonna have this year. Just being able to get out, be able to hang out with my friends, and um, get out there to the track. And one of the other last things that I want to say about Edmonton Motorsports is like it is a family event, both on the team owner's side. So Justin, his brother, like his mom and dad are out there like cooking breakfast, cooking dinner. They've got the hospitality tent for everybody. And then also like the folks, like Justin said, he's got a lot of younger folks that he's bringing up, that he's fostering, that they're coming from go-karts to getting in cars. And it is just it's an incredible family atmosphere. My mom and dad came out, like they hadn't seen me race in years. So they came out and got to watch some of the racing. So it's not just one of those things that's for the boys. We get the whole family out there, and it's really, really, even if you just come to spectate one of these races, it is such an absolute like dope day for everybody in the family. I think a lot of the tracks you can bring the dog. Heck, why not?
Yeah. No, yeah, we're real big on it. We get, mom and dad huge help with the hospitality stuff. That's my mom's whole job. I could do it, but she likes it. That's her thing. She kills it with that. So it's nice to have everyone involved and just a part of the whole. It's a family business, is what it is. So it's turned into.
And so we've got EdmonsonMotorsports.com. We got Edmonson Motorsports on Instagram. What else we got? What am I missing?
Justin Edmonson, if you want to follow me. No, I haven't. Dude, I don't know. I'm not technologically advanced. I'm trying to figure out a Facebook. So, well,
dude.
we'll have,
Justin acts like he's 95 years old. Come on, man, you can do it.
yeah, I'll have I'll have my girl do that. She'll jump on and we can get her to make a Facebook for us. We need one. We need one.
We
But
keep
yeah,
Justin in the cockpit of the car or under the hood, one of the two, man.
yeah, I know. Justin needs to be on a beach with a margarita somewhere relaxing.
Dude, I'll
That sounds
second
pretty damn
that.
good.
I know,
Heck
right?
yeah. Well, speaking of
Yeah, I need to
water,
come out. Sorry, I need to come out and real quick, Ross. Take some photos on the racetrack for sure. Just hang out with you guys and I got a 100/400 lens that I got pretty recently that would be sweet for that.
I'd be
Um,
perfect, man.
yeah, that'd be good.
So the other thing that I think we hit the nail on the head talking about a good hour of motorsports. Leaves us a good half hour for chatting about some whitewater kayaking as we talked about.
Yeah.
Man, the memories that I have in whitewater, specifically with Justin are absolutely epic. I'm gonna have to send you a couple photos that we'll have to throw up for this podcast, where both Justin and I just look like fishes out of water. We got paddles flying, we got oh shit faces going down. Um, yeah, there's full on like jamming salmon going down, trying to get out of the boat. Um, Calamity. And I'll tell you, it has been very cool learning how to do something completely new. Um, Again, and having a buddy to do it with. Um, I don't know, Justin. I think this last year we just we clicked off two really killer rivers. We clicked off Chioa, which is up in North
Yep.
Carolina, and then we clicked off the Tallulah Gorge, which is arguably the biggest river on kind of the East Coast, or at least like the biggest feature on the East Coast. Um, yeah, Justin, talk about
So I want to
yeah.
tell the Tallulah story because I think our viewers would absolutely love to hear it. And
Oh,
I've heard bits and pieces of it, but if, I want to hear
you
y'all's reaction to this
Tallulah was, I mean,
story.
that was epic. That was the scariest, but most fun, most frustrating, most rewarding, most beautiful, most everything river you could think of. Like, I don't even, like, we were talking about it for so long, like, let's do Tallulah. And then Ross was just, I don't know, we just decided, like, yeah, we can do it. And like leading up to it, it was fun. But like once we got there, I was like, I don't know about you, I was like, I was nervous. That's just,
Uh-huh.
I get nervous and I have to talk myself off an edge. That's how I am. Like, even if I've done it a million times, I still get nervous. But like, for those of you guys who have hiked Tallulah, like, you're going down what, like 1,000 set of stairs to
I
get
think
into
it's
the gorge.
600 to be exact, but 601 because of the
Felt,
last step.
yeah, it felt way longer. And like the whole time, like my legs are like shaking, like like a baby deer, and like I'm nervous because like there's no you're not carrying a 40-pound kayak back up those stairs. Like you're in it. Um, like once you get in the gorge and you get through that first rapid, it's pretty. I don't know. It's just it all comes back to you after that, and it's like river is normal. But Ross, I'll let you talk about Oceana, probably the biggest rapid. Like that's the one you can't miss.
Well, so I'm gonna take a little rewind. So we get there, we're in the parking lot, like we're suited up, and like I'm like, all right, full dry suit, because like I'm like it was a little chilly, and I was like, I don't know what's gonna go wrong today. And then I look over at some of these other boaters that have apparently done this before, and they're just like life vest and skirt and like a pair of shorts and shoes, and I'm like, I ain't playing with that. If I go in that water, my ass gonna be cold. Like, and this is in November. We're doing this, all right. And so they're just chilling. I'm like, no, I'm not. I am not that confident. So Justin and I full dry suit up. We're on the way down. Like, there's a nice viewing platform. We look down the gorge. I'm like, that's a whole lot of stairs. Um, yeah, we definitely took a break or two on the way down. But then when you finally get to the bottom of the stairs, like you look up to the left, and there is, because it's an actual release of water, so it's a controlled release, and there is a, I don't know, 300 to 300 foot waterfall just cascading down into the pool above you, and you're just like, all right. Like you're sitting there, the mist of the waterfalls hitting you. And then so Justin and I did this. We made the genius move to go ahead and just like we all do all our other rivers, figure it out on our own. We didn't have a guide. You kind of need a guide. If it's your first time down to Lula. So we get to the bottom, and I just hear this familiar voice, and it's CJ McWilliams, man. Big shout out to him. Kid's an awesome boater, great dude, but also like straight out of college, and he's like yeah, guys, like, you ready to rock? And he's like, you want to boat with us? And I was like, thank God, that we have him. So I'll tell you, we put in that first rapid. I think Justin and I each kind of did a roll up top. We got through the first rapid, which is also like the right side wall is, I don't know, a couple 100 feet tall, and the water's just slamming into that right side wall. And it's just like, I don't want to, one, I don't want to run into it. Two, I don't want to go underwater, into that wall. But we made it through first rapid. First rapid actually wasn't that bad. They call it the last step because you've done 600 of them. Now you do 601. And then there's a small 7 foot drop or so called Tanner's Booth, after that, which I think Justin and I both greased pretty good. Um, you go through this little rock wall tunnel that's maybe 4 or 5 feet wide. And the whole river's going through this tunnel, so like the water's like, um, and then it puts you into a big pool above what we call Oceana. Um, Oceana is a 90 foot long rock slide, probably drops 50 vertical feet. And at the very bottom of it, there's like a 2.5 foot tall shelf. Now, all of the water sliding down this rock careens into that shelf and just explodes, into what they call the thing. It's a giant, just explosion of water right before you hit the bottom. And I mean, this Justin and I paddled over. You can get out of the boats on the side of the rock, and like, dude, my whole hand was doing this. Like, I've never been that nervous. I don't think doing any like action sport. I don't know. What about you, Justin? What was your reaction to top of Oceana?
I was scared.
He said, "I was scared."
Heck yeah, dude. I mean, and FYI, it's more than a 50 foot in vertical change.
It might be.
It's way more than 50 feet. It's like, I don't know. It's freaking. It doesn't look bad. Like, it looks like it's a fun rapid on like camera or like on YouTube or something. But you get there and it's like this freaking steep. You know, it's frightening. I'm not gonna lie, it's frightening. But it's like, I don't know. I guess like you mountain bikers, like it's like doing like a big jump for the first time. It's frightening, but once you do it, you're like, heck yeah. You know, at least that's what I think. But yeah, no, right. Yeah. I think me and Ross are both shaking, and in a, in classic and in true fashion, I suggested that Ross goes first. So
We kind of got in the boats at the same time. Like, we were both like, all right, like, we're both sat up there like shaking and like trying to talk ourselves out of it long enough. And I was like, because you can paddle across and, to the other side, and you can hike your boat down at the risk of like busting your ass and having like losing your boat and all that, while you're hiking down the far side of the rock. And I was like, also, like, I'm not taking that hike of shame. I'm not doing it. I'm hitting this thing. And we both get in the boats. We paddle around up top, just spinning around like ducks for a minute. Um, and then I put my nose plug in, and I just kind of looked at Justin. I was like, all right. And he was like, are you going? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. And he's like, you're gonna go. You're really gonna do it. And I was just like, I'm gonna have this conversation all day. I just like turned my head and I was just like, here we go, and just paddled in. And dude, as soon as you crest the top of this wave or the top of this drop, there's like a little, it's a flake. And there's like a little just shoot like a, I don't know. It's a little shot of water that comes over the top. You can't really see a whole lot over that. And then once you come over that, you hit mock chicken very quickly, as you're sliding down, and you're just sliding down into a, I don't know, 25 to 30 foot tall explosion of water. You hit that. I thought I was going to nail the rock. Justin, I think, thought he was going to nail the rock too. But like, it's actually kind of cool. Like, it's just like a little water. You just like bump, like hit the water shoulder, and then it throws you into like one of the biggest holes, which is like almost like a recirculating water feature, that wants to hold you and pull you back into it. and I hit that hole a little bit sideways, like reached forward. It was like, huh, and just gave the biggest paddle stroke I've ever pulled in my life, and somehow yanked myself through it. Then it was just it was calamity of F bombs. Hell yeah. Did you see that? I can't believe I'm alive. Um, all of that good stuff. And then I look back and wait for Justin.
Yeah. I was like, it's funny because you can't see the bottom for like where you're at the top. And so you're looking at the side, you're waiting for people to just be like, yeah, you're good. And then so it's like, I'm waiting. I was like, is Ross, is he out of the hole? And the dude gives me the nod. And I was like, okay, now I have to go. And like you come over and it's like you're reaching, you're like looking over the edge. And like Ross said, you hit like mock chicken, just like super quick. And hitting like the big like splash of water is like, I don't know, soft. It's nothing really. And it's just a bunch of white.
Well,
That's
big
what
deal.
you
Yeah.
see. Um, but yeah, no, when I hit that hole at the bottom, I can't really remember. I mean, I hit the thing and I was like, I don't know where I'm at, but I went under the water. I did a mystery move, is what they call it, or submarine.
Full
And I probably went
submarine.
under and came out. Yeah, like 10 feet afterwards. And I was like upside down and just on the rocks. And I think I tried to roll. I don't know. I was out of place and a little panicked. So I came out of my boat. Um, but it happens. But no, like it was, and then you look back and it's such a magical freaking rapid, dude. It's so cool looking back up at it. But um, yeah, no, we collected our stuff and we actually hung out there for a while and watched some people go through it, do some tricks, and it was a good time.
Justin, if you think about like Shamu, like it like SeaWorld, like Shamu popping out of the water and like just flopping over, if you combine that in AI with like a Chiquita banana, um, because Justin's kayak is straight up yellow. Like he went submarine, came up, and then full shamued onto the side when he shot out of there, dude. It was one of the most amazing, majestic things I've ever seen in my life. Um, and I was like, dude, he's good, he's good, he's good. And then yeah, he panicked a little bit and pulled the skirt, but we got him out of there. He was all good. Yeah, I think we definitely had a celebratory drink after that one and calmed the nerves a little bit. So then we carry on. The next rapid is Gauntlet, I believe. And
What is
Yeah.
the Ross?
yeah,
What is the like for our listeners and viewers? What is like the consequences on Oceana? Because I
Um,
know like each rapid has different like situations where you could die or maybe you could just get hurt. Like, what does Oceana have to offer as far as like if things go wrong and you get out of that boat?
the first thing absolutely on the menu that it has to offer is absolutely death. Yes, 100%. You could get caught in that hole down at the bottom, especially over like on the paddler's right side toward the middle. You get caught in that, and I mean it is very close to what they call like a terminal hole, which means it is just going to recirculate you. Um, Toward the left side is where the outflow is, which is where we come down. So as long as you get over to the slab rock on the left, it's gonna eventually flush you out. But yes, death is on the menu. So the other way that you could get very hurt is if you just drift a little far right. That 2.5 foot tall shelf, if you put the nose of your boat in that 2.5 foot tall shelf, I mean, I know I know of, at least 2 paddlers that I think broke both their ankles, just from smashing into that shelf.
yeah.
There was a 5-man raft that wound up coming down backwards. And dude, I saw video of this. I saw the guy that was in the front of the 5-man raft because it came down backwards, it hit, and it just folded the raft and it catapulted the dude in the front like straight over everybody into the bottom pool. It was absolutely wild. I know another raft, a acquaintance of mine came down and they hit the walls or they hit the thing so hard that the guy in the back, I think he broke his nose on another paddler's helmet. Um, when they hit the thing, yeah, it just shot him off the back of
Yeah.
the freaking raft right into like his sister or something like that. It was wild. So
Got to run the right lines.
it is a rapid of consequence.
Yeah, I mean, I've done like the Akoi on rafts 100, not 100 times, a few times,
Yeah.
and I've always like seen like, man, there's like so many kayakers just like weaving in and out of like these hundreds of boats all day long, and I'm like, dude, that cannot be safe. Like, and I'm not saying the kayakers are in the wrong. I'm just saying it's a very dangerous situation. Like, they don't have a choice. Like, these raft companies are going to run whether they want them to or not. So it's like it's not like the kayakers have a choice other than to do that, but it's definitely sketchy.
So yeah, it's like one of those
We've
things
been
like
we've
you
been booted.
go ahead.
So we've been booted by a couple of rafts before. Yeah. You go ahead, Ross.
The it's so like yeah, and both in the raft and the kayak, like you don't have brakes. So like you think about motorsports, you think about mountain biking, you think about like motocross, like all this other stuff we do. You have brakes. Um you don't have a set of brakes in the kayak necessarily. You can kind of use the river to slow you down. You can use features of the river, but just like on lakes and like in the boating world, even with bigger boats, and like motorboats and stuff like that, the smaller craft always make way to the bigger craft. So yeah, if you're in a kayak and you're stuck in a hole and you can't get out, and there's a raft coming down, also stationary. Like if you're ever playing, it is your job to get out of the way of everything coming downstream. So yeah, it is not safe. Um, there's not a whole lot of sieves as far as I know at Ocoee. But there's a lot of undercut rocks. And just in general, there's a lot of rocks at like in the riverbed that yeah, you can get pinned on or smashed into or what have you.
Yeah, that's gnarly. All right, continue on after Oceana.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
you got the
paddle.
gauntlet.
Yeah, go ahead,
Um,
Justin.
yeah, so it's the gauntlet's it's I'd say a little similar to kind of what we've done in the past as far as like river running, just it's like big, long, constant rapid. Just boom bop in between rocks and over rocks but it's cooking, the water's moving. Um and we went down and things were all groovy for like the first like 75%. Um and there's like two spots where you really want to boof, and boofing in a kayak is where you bounce off like a feature and you get air or whatnot. You really want to boof right, but you need to boof left because if you boof right, you go into the trees. I boofed right. I went into the trees. Um, and yeah, so I got stuck and I was upside down and like beating my head on the rocks. And I was like, screw this. So I came out again and, everyone passed and whatnot. So we had to do that. And Ross assisted with a good little rope rescue there. Um, But because of that, I got to miss the feature I was looking forward to the most, which was Bridal Veil, and Ross did Bridal Veil. So,
It was
dig it,
Bridal
Ross.
Veil was killer, but the thing is, like, Oceana is kind of a terminal hole. Bridal Veil is the most terminal hole on the river, and Justin decides to paddle his boat into the trees upside down, um, right above Bridal Veil, where you have, I don't know, 40 feet before getting washed over another rock shelf into a like, I don't know, 90% certain death hole. And so, like, I see his boat like floating down, and I just see the bottom of his boat like whomp, and I'm like, oh no, man, like no, this is not good. I see him out of the corner of my eye, like scamper and like grab onto, I don't know if it was a rock, a tree, what it was, but he had something over there. And then I think his paddle had managed to get over to him. And then I just look up, and I just watched this Chiquita banana of a boat go over Bridal Veil, hit the hole, and it's just sitting there, just like getting worked. It's just flipping itself over and over, like sitting there side surfing. And I was like, holy crap. I'm like, how are we gonna get at this thing? And then this other guy just kayaking with a different group of people, apparently again has done this river a whole lot. He just kind of looks over, he's like, I got it. And he just bombed, like, you don't hit the right side or the middle of Bridal Veil, like, you go left. And he just bombs the middle of Bridal Veil and just aims the nose of his boat at Justin's boat sitting there and just goes, wham, and just knocks the thing out of the hole. And I was like, all right, well, we got that problem is solved. So whoever you were, thanks for all of your help right there. Um, but yeah, we did a swiftwater rescue.
Big
Me
thanks.
me and the and the other kid that were swiftwatering Justin across. It was both our first times doing swiftwater. So I was like, hey man, I was like, I've never really thrown a bag. We have like a throw bag with a rope. It's like I've never really done this. I was like, you got it, man. He's like, yeah, I've never really done it either. So luckily we got it to Justin first toss. And we successfully swift watered him across. Um, yeah, and then I think the rest of the run
The
was
rest of the
pretty
trip was smooth sailing after that.
smooth sailing, yeah. But I mean, the views were incredible. And like, here's the it took us what, 3 hours to get down?
Yeah,
Maybe,
ish, yeah.
maybe 2.5 hours to get
Yeah.
down. It's only
Yeah.
a mile and a half of river.
Golly. It's a whole lot of
Uh-huh.
thinking. You're thinking too much, man. You got
Uh-huh. A lot of thinking, a lot of coming out of
No,
boats.
the
Well,
cool
there
part
were some
about
other rafts
yeah,
that would like get pinned in places, and then you'd have to wait for these rafts to get unpinned because there's like one way
yeah.
down. It was wild, bro. It was
traffic,
absolutely wild.
that was crazy. That was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
And then you have I think you have they have guys with little John boats, and so they'll hook like 8 to 10 kayaks up behind the John boat like water skiers, and we're just all in a line straight back, so you get like a 2.5 mile tow across Lake Tougaloo to finish the day out. So you get to sit there and just kind of kick back and chill on a rope.
Yeah, it was fun.
And that was a good day. That was a good day, brother. We got more. Awkward turtle.
Yeah, we got some more. Maybe with all this southeastern snow that we're getting, maybe I don't know. We've needed water. That's been our thing. We've been like a drought, it seems like. So with the snow, hopefully we'll be blessed with some cold but rowdy whitewater.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
I know. I mean, it's raining at my house right now. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. It's supposed to rain Friday, and then rain Saturday, Sunday. So next week may be a good one for you guys.
dude, heck yeah, man.
know.
We're stoked for it. We need we got we did get
I-
we got a day or two last week, I think, in paddling. We had that huge rain. Oh, this is funny. So I'm in my parents' place right now, which is we're up at Big Canoe. And Justin, did I ever show you the two water slides that go down from the lake? You ever seen those at Big Canoe?
The ones you said with a lot of water would run great.
Yeah.
Those?
So
Yeah.
one
Not
one of my
I didn't see them in person.
clients showed me a video from last weekend when we had like, I don't know, 4 inches of rain. So they have like the old school paddle boats that you sit, the tandem ones where you pedal them and you go around on the lake. You know what I'm talking about? They had one of those got washed over the two water slides, and it got stuck in like there's like a recirculating eddy that forms at the bottom of these slides. And I mean, dude, it's a 15-foot slide into like a hole. Dude, he showed me video of this stuff. It was incredible. We are 110% coming up here when the rain hits, and we are absolutely poaching these water slides because it looks wild.
Did you get the paddle boat?
No, I wasn't up here. I just saw the phone video of the paddle boat sitting there recirculating
Dude, that'd be
around.
so fun. That'd be so fun to run like I don't know, like Amicalola in or something.
Oh my god, go run Amicalola
Or
on
like
a two-person
Cartacay,
paddle boat.
big water Cartacay.
Big water
That's what
carty.
I'm saying. That'd be so fun.
Oh, dude, that'd be wild.
In a paddle boat.
That's the new sport, man.
It is. So like,
Well, on a
Well, Ross,
last
I think, yeah, about to say,
that's
on a
perfect
last
timing.
topic.
dude,
Yeah.
this is gonna be this is gonna be the death of me, bro.
I know, right? We got to talk about A1, and we got to talk about San Diego, and we got to talk about my man Eli Tomac.
Yeah, I can definitely talk about that. That's for sure. Uh, yeah, no, California was so sick, dude. Everybody complains about like they would never move to California because X, Y, and Z. I'm like, dude, I'd move out to California in a heartbeat. Like, spend 2 or 3 years out there. The weather is always beautiful, especially Southern California, man. And it's like every time we've ever been, it's just like amazing. So, uh, yeah, the fiance and I had a blast out there, and I got to see my cousin and meet up with some Troy Lee people, and got to hang out under the Ducati tent a bit, and yeah, just enjoy our time and watch some racing. It was killer. And then also we spent a few days after that um, in Laguna Beach and some other places. So super fun time. A1 was crazy. I want to give a big shout out to Josh Cohan, who made some insane picks because his predictions for A1 were like spot on, dude. I mean, he predicted Max and C to win. He won. And he predicted like a few other 450 things, and most of those transpired. So big shout out to Josh for being very right on his predictions. Yeah, man. A few short things to hit on when it comes to Supercross. Eli Tomac is ripping. I did not have that in my bingo card. He's 2 for 2 now on that KTM. It's pretty crazy. He's what, 33, 34 years old at this point. And I know that doesn't seem that old, but in Supercross, that is quite old. A lot of people retire by like 26, 27 in that sport. So it's pretty crazy that he's still winning races. And currently, he's on the title hunt right now. I mean, Cooper Webb is like 21 points back at this moment, and which is brutal. Number one plate, 21 points back. I don't know. That's pretty gnarly. So the other topic we can hit on real quick is Chase Sexton. Man, I don't know what the hell this guy's doing, dude.
Man.
Josh, or Ross, you see him hit the gate, dude? You see him hit the gate?
I did. And then he came through the field,
Oh
though.
my
He
God.
made a charge, bro.
Yeah, it's a fourth. It
I
was so
mean,
funny. I listened to Steve. Yeah, it's crazy. I listened to a Steve Mathis interview, and Steve like was talking to Chase after the race, and he goes up to Chase. He's like, "Man, what happened?" He's like, "I only know of 2 professional racers to ever hit the gate, and both of them are you." Uh, uh, Dude, it's so funny. Yeah, he needs to. I think he'll be better. My pick this weekend, is gonna be Cooper Webb. I think Cooper doesn't have a choice, and I think Cooper is under a lot of pressure right now. I think he's gonna win A2, man. What are
okay.
your thoughts on the race, dude?
Dude,
Races.
I caught the highlights, right? So watching Tomac, like, dude, Tomac does what he's always done. He's like super strong toward the end, man. He got out of the gates clean. He stayed up there, and then he just started marching forward. I think he is looking absolutely stellar on that KTM. I think he and that bike are shoot, two peas in a pod, man. They are a man and machine running together. I've been impressed watching him on the bike. And yeah, I think he's you know what? I'm just gonna stick with the old man, dude. Let's run it for A2.
Yeah, he does look good, and what I've picked up on Eli is like the effort. It just looks like it's like if you watch San Diego, like if he's just moving wherever he wants on the racetrack, right?
Yeah.
So when he passed Ken Roxon at San Diego, it's almost like he wasn't in a rush to get like he wasn't in a rush to get around Ken. And he was just like, "Okay, you wanna go outside? I'll go inside. I'll meet you at the next corner." Like, he had so much confidence that he was gonna get around Ken no matter what, that he literally was just he was doing every different line possible. He was inside, outside. He just dude, he did not care. And, yeah, he's feeling really good, and when Eli Tomac is feeling really good, that's how he gets a number 1 plate on his bikes.
Hey boys, my phone is at we're at 1% right now.
Hey, perfect timing, dude. We can wrap
Yeah,
this up, dude.
but no, it's been a
And
pleasure.
Ross is reconnecting. Oh, that's funny.
It's been a
Oh,
pleasure. You guys
I'm back.
having me.
he joined back. We're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, no, he reminded me of in my opinion, the GOAT, Jeremy McGrath. Like Jeremy McGrath, never follow, baby. Like that was his thing.
Yeah,
And just looked effortless, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
it was sick. And Justin, I don't know if you heard, Justin is on 1%, so we're gonna sign off. But yes, dirt bikes.
Heck yeah.
I'm excited to watch this weekend and see what else is gonna happen. We'll chat about it next week on the pod. But yeah, Justin, we really appreciate your time, brother, and thanks for hanging in with us for an hour and a half, man. And
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
trooper.
so stoked on
Yeah,
everything you're doing. It's so cool. It takes a lot of ambition and willingness to do what you're doing. So big props, brother. Big props.
thank you. I can't wait to have you guys on track, and thanks for letting me be a part of y'all's podcast.
Dude, of course. All right, Mr. 1%. Hey, we appreciate it. To everybody else, give that 99 plus percent with everything that you do out there. Thank you guys for
Heck yeah.
listening. We're going to try to put 100% forward. So until next time, keep riding that line.
Yeah.
Peace.
Huge shout out to the sponsors that keep this podcast rolling. First up, we have CTS Media. If your business needs better content, a fresh website, or full service digital marketing, CTS Media has you covered. Photography, videography, social media management, social media creation, Google Ads, Meta Ads, everything your business needs to look legit online, because let's face it, if you're not doing these things, you're falling behind to your competitors in today's world. Check it out at ctsmedia.org, link in description below. Next up, we have Shred It, You're On. They solve the classic problem every rider has. Your action cam blocks your jersey. Their jerseys keep your kit visible on camera and look sick doing it. Grab one at shreddityouron.com. Finally, we have Gutter Getters, your go-to for home maintenance. Whether it's gutter cleaning, roof care, pressure washing, small repairs, deck repairs, they handle it all. Hit the link or give them a call below.